Yo, today we got celebrities who are stuck in prison for life. Like, comment, subscribe. Grind on UK. Grind never stops.
The arrest that helped spark the Me Too movement, a plot to kill for a beach house, and a conviction based on song lyrics. These celebrities
A beach house?
are proof that just because you live a lavish life, it doesn't mean you're above the law. Danny Masterson was most well known for a single
Danny Masterson?
credit, but it was a doozy. Between 1998 and 2006, he portrayed Stephen Hyde as part of the ensemble cast of the beloved sitcom That 70s Show. It was pretty much smack in the middle of that series' run, though, that he committed the crimes that would later land him in prison for the rest of his life. The drugging and
Didn't Ashton Kutcher also did a letter for this guy? And he supported Diddy? Just saying.
sexual assault of two different women at his home between 2001 and 2003. Multiple women came forward about Masterson's crimes in 2017, initiating an investigation that quickly caused the actor to be dropped in 2017.
Oh, 2017.
Initiating an investigation that quickly caused the actor to be dropped from the Netflix dramedy The Ranch. While some of the cases were dropped, two of them decidedly stuck, and the victim's harrowing testimony at his 8-month-long trial resulted in Masterson being convicted on 2 counts of
Her face, she's like, damn, he's fucked.
rape in May 2023.
What this has done to their lives and how this has disrupted them and stolen their joy, we're very emotional.
Just over 3 months later, the actor was slapped with a sentence
Oh my. 30 years. See you later, buddy. See you later, fucker.
of 30 years to life, which he began serving at North Kern
Whoa.
State Prison in Delano, California on December 27, 2023. Harvey Weinstein was one of the most prolific and successful film producers in history, producing classics such as Pulp Fiction, Scream, and Gangs of New York. Operating from a position of
Bruh, so many movies.
immense power in Hollywood, he seemed to think he could just smooth it all over when, in October 2017, allegations of
It
inappropriate
was being recorded.
behavior began to surface. In a statement, he related that he knew he had, quote, caused a lot of pain and expressed his remorse, but it was not enough. At this time, the Me Too movement was starting to
Yikes.
snowball, and perhaps emboldened by that circumstance, a slew of
W girls.
additional women began to come
W women.
forward. Among
W Me Too, by the way.
them were such
Other than the person that I think started the Me Too movement, I think she was like the whole person who started the Me Too movement did something wrong too, but we'll disregard with her because the Me Too movement was bigger than her.
high-profile actresses as Selma Hayek, Rose McGowan,
And respect and shout out to all the women that were able to stand up and face their accusers and like even tell that story. That's one of the hardest things you could probably ever say and probably ever go through and experience. So shout out to y'all women.
Ashley Judd.
I fought with this
Especially for being strong. That's it.
volley of no's, which he ignored. Who knows, maybe he heard them as maybe he heard them as yeses, maybe they turned him on.
Within a couple months, Weinstein had been banned for life from the Producers Guild of America and fired from the board of the company bearing
Yikes.
his name.
Yikes.
Weinstein was eventually indicted
You know he's just doing that so he looks like an old guy. Like they don't convict him of too much harsh time. You know he's just walking like that with
in
that.
New York
He didn't need that before.
and convicted in 2020 of third-degree rape, receiving a 23-year sentence. In 2022,
Yikes.
he was convicted of similar crimes in California and slapped with an additional 16 years. The New York sentence was overturned in 2024, but as of this video, the 72-year-old is expected to be in custody
He's lying.
for the remainder of
I'm not trying to be rude.
his life. Canadian actor Ryan Grantham had been in the business from a young age,
Oh yeah, the Die Wimpy Kid.
making appearances in projects like the 2010 film Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Oh yeah, I told you.
In his teens, he began to land some pretty high-profile roles, earning guest spots on the hit series Supernatural and Riverdale. He seemed
Oh yeah, Riverdale.
poised for even greater success, until the day he threw away his career in shocking fashion. In March 2020, Grantham, who had been silently dealing with profound mental health issues, approached his mother from behind as she sat playing piano in their Vancouver area home and shot her in the back of the head
What?
with a .22 caliber rifle. 2 days later,
Why?
He packed up his car with guns, ammunition, and Molotov cocktails and headed off to carry out deadly plans against Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. But before he got too far, his conscience apparently got the better of him.
Grantham ultimately decided to drive to a Vancouver police station where he allegedly confessed to an officer, quote,
What?
"I killed my mother."
2 years later, he was sentenced to life in prison with a minimum of 14 years of parole ineligibility for the crime. On the final day of Grantham's trial, he addressed the court, saying, "I cannot explain or justify my actions. I have no excuse. It hurts me to think about how badly I've wasted my life."
Oh man, that's crazy. That's crazy. I don't feel bad for him, but I mean, RIP his mom. At least he recognizes that he wasted his whole life.
Jace was best known for playing cops and authority figures, which included his most prominent role as Officer Julian Lowe on The Shield. Within just a few years after that series ended, though, the steady acting work had largely dried up for Jace. He declared bankruptcy in 2011, and by 2014, he had defaulted on the mortgage payment for the home he shared with his wife and their 2 young sons. It was
Damn, it was falling from grace. That sucks.
At home, in April 2014, that the unthinkable occurred. Jace's wife, April, was talking divorce. Apparently convinced she was seeing another man, Jace shot her in the back.
Bruh.
She arrived at the home in front of their boys.
Alright, damn, in front of their son.
As she lay on the floor, he shot her twice more.
What?
He called 911 to report what he had done. April Jace died of her injuries, and at trial in 2016, Michael Jace's fate was largely sealed by the heartbreaking testimony of his older son,
who recounted hearing his father tell his mother, "If you like running, run to heaven," before shooting her in the leg.
In June of that year, Michael Jace was found guilty of second-degree murder and sentenced to 40 years in prison, making it highly unlikely that the 62-year-old will ever walk free again.
Yeah, I'll never get out. It's crazy to get the footage of him when it all happened. Honestly, it's never that serious. I get it. You guys have so much time. You guys have kids, but bro, come on. There's too many women in this world. I'm sorry, guys. There's too many women in this world. I'm probably just saying that, me too. But I'll never, ever, ever think of doing something like that. That's the last thing I'm ever going to do. Because doing something like this changes not just her life, changes your life, changes everybody's life around you. So it's just stupid. But if they cheat, just cheat harder. Go cheat on their friend. Go cheat on their sister. Go do something crazy like that. You're gonna get fucking killed. I'm like, what the fuck? Now you're stuck in jail. Now you get nothing. Now you don't get your girl. You don't get to see your son. Your son for sure hates you. And now, you're just stupid.
When Percy Master P. Miller began to find success with his No Limit Records label, he was determined to get his brothers as far away from the violence of the New Orleans projects as he could. Master P made his brothers Corey, nicknamed C Murder, and Vaishon, nicknamed
C Murder,
Silk the Shocker, centerpiece performers of his fledgling stable of artists. But despite gold-selling success and an increasingly high profile, Corey Miller simply could not stay away from trouble. A 2001 incident in which Miller discharged a gun outside a nightclub landed him in legal hot water, but that was just the beginning. In January 2002, Miller found himself in another altercation.
C Murder thought he was above the law.
At a New Orleans club. During
boy.
the scuffle, he fired a shot, striking 16-year-old Steve Thomas in the chest. Thomas died at the scene.
That's crazy.
And Miller was tried twice. A 2003 trial resulted in a mandatory life sentence, but the conviction was overturned due to the failure of the prosecution to disclose the criminal pasts of several witnesses. Miller was retried in 2009, and he was again sentenced to life.
Damn.
In recent years, celebrities such as Kim Kardashian have publicly lobbied for authorities to take a new look at his case, but in 2023, a federal judge upheld Miller's conviction.
I don't know, that's crazy.
For 5 seasons beginning in 2011,
I can't say anything because maybe it was due to gun violence, but that's crazy. R.I.P. to that dude, and you know, see murder. Damn, that's crazy. R.I.P. see murder. Damn.
11. Discovery Channel's
Life.
Sons of Guns was must-see TV for firearm fans. The series put the spotlight on Will Hayden, the owner of Red Jacket Firearms. In 2014, though, the series was unceremoniously canceled when Hayden was arrested for a horrifying crime: the repeated rapes of 2 preteen girls, nearly 2 decades apart. Hayden was tried and convicted in 2017, receiving life in prison plus 40 years, with the judge also stipulating that there would be no opportunity for parole or any other form of early release. Just 2 months later, Hayden pleaded no contest to similar charges in a all did in 5 seasons begin in 23. A federal judge upheld Miller's conviction. For 5 seasons beginning in 2011, Discovery Channel's Sons of Guns was must-see TV for firearm fans. The series put the spotlight on Will Hayden, the owner of Red Jacket Firearms. In 2014, though, the series was unceremoniously canceled when Hayden was arrested for a...
Damn, so I'm pretty sure that show got him so much publicity. His accusers saw it. One of his accusers saw it.
Horrifying crime: the repeated rapes of 2 preteen girls, nearly 2 decades apart. Hayden was tried and convicted in 2017, receiving life in prison plus 40 years, with the judge also stipulating that there would be no opportunity for parole or any other form of early release. Just 2 months later, Hayden pleaded no contest to similar charges in a different parish.
Damn.
One charge involved one of his victims in the earlier case, and the other involved his own daughter, who publicly claimed that her father had attempted to assault her in her bedroom.
I was wondering why she looked so scared, and why he's so close to her.
One charge involved one of his victims.
Look at how scared she looks. She's scared. Look at her. Not to be rude, but look, she looks scared of him. Unless that's a bad angle. But
in the earlier case, and the other involved his own daughter, who publicly claimed that her father had attempted to assault her in her bedroom roughly 20 years prior. An additional life sentence was imposed in that case.
That's crazy, yikes.
And in 2019, Hayden's appeal in the first case was denied. NFL fans might recognize Eric Naposki from his stints with the New England.
Nah, I'm too old. I'm too young. My bad. Not too old. Too young to know this guy. Sorry, y'all.
Patriots and Indianapolis Colts in the late 80s. The former linebacker was working security at a nightclub when he met Nanette Packard, a young mother of 3 with whom he began a relationship. There was just one problem. Packard was engaged to and living with wealthy entrepreneur William McLaughlin.
What?
Packard had previously been living with wealthy entrepreneur William McLaughlin.
That's crazy. What?
Packard had previously been convicted of writing bad checks in McLaughlin's name, and after becoming involved with Naposki, authorities say she hatched another plot to kill her fiancé, collect insurance money, and live rent-free in his lavish beach house, as stipulated in his will. In December 1994, Naposki used a key left for him by Packard to enter the beach house and shoot McLaughlin to death in his kitchen.
Damn.
The crime remained unsolved for 15 years.
15 years? What? What?
But in 2009, Naposki and Packard were arrested after cold case investigators were able to build a case against them. Both
Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure because they realized that she got it with somebody so fast.
Were slapped with life sentences with no chance of parole.
Damn.
Ronald "Raw Diggs" Herron's burgeoning rap career appears to have been little more than a front for his position at the top of the murderous Mad Dogs Blood Gang, which supplied hard drugs to several Brooklyn neighborhoods. Herron was convicted in 2014 of personally killing 3 people connected to the drug trade, and the case was somewhat controversial due to the fact that some of the lyrics in his own songs were used as evidence against him. Many of the lyrics pretty much amounted to blow-by-blow accounts of his
what happened.
crimes. At his sentencing, Herron accused the judge and prosecutors of manufacturing a case against him, while the judge fired back that Heron's obvious intelligence was part of the reason for his harsh sentence. Heron
I would have been like, bro, you literally said the whole case within a song.
appealed the ruling, claiming that the use of his
And it's true.
lyrics as evidence constituted a violation of his rights. But the appeals court wasn't buying it. The court ruled that any First Amendment considerations were decisively outweighed by the fact that the lyrics in question were, well, pretty damning. The OWN reality show Welcome to Sweetie Pies indeed struck a sweet spot with viewers.
Welcome to Sweetie Pie.
Running for 9 seasons between 2011 and 2018. It focused on Robbie Montgomery, a former backup singer for Ike and Tina Turner who pivoted to becoming a soul food restaurateur after her music career ended. A couple of years before the series ended,
She for sure was at Diddy Party.
Montgomery's 21-year-old grandson, Andre Montgomery Jr.,
I'm just kidding.
was tragically killed in a shooting in St. Louis.
R.I.P.
The real tragedy, though, was yet to be known. In
Uh-oh.
2020, Tim Norman, Montgomery's son and member of the Sweetie Pies cast, was arrested and charged with murder for hire and the death of Andre Montgomery.
What? Wait, why though? Wait, why?
The reason for the crime was simple. Norman had taken out a life insurance policy on Montgomery, and he stood to gain nearly $500,000 in the...
Wow, and they would always be with each other. That's crazy. And he killed him. That's crazy. What?
event of his death. At trial in 2023, the evidence of cell phone activity and the testimony of Norman's accomplices was more
an asshole.
than enough to convict him. He was slapped with a life sentence. Harrison Norris Jr. is best known to fans of WCW wrestling as Hardbody Harrison, who in the 90s appeared in a number of matches. After Norris's wrestling career ended, he went on to win the FX competition series Tough Man in 2000. But behind the scenes, he was known to the women he preyed upon as a walking nightmare. Norris was arrested and faced several shocking allegations that he lured women to live with him, his wife, and one of his children as trainees who could potentially one day land lucrative pro wrestling contracts. Instead,
was crazy in that.
He held them as virtual captives, creating never-ending debt to him for failure to properly perform chores or tasks, and collecting on that debt by forcing them into prostitution.
Bruh, what?
He kept them in line with threats of violence, and the fact that he transported them across state lines on occasion was enough for him to be prosecuted under a federal anti-human trafficking law that had been passed 7 years earlier. In November 2007, Norris was convicted and sentenced to life in prison. Tackle Keith Wright was signed by the Houston Texans out of college in 2003, and he bounced around to several teams before retiring in 2006. In 2011, he was arrested in Sacramento, California on suspicion of taking part in a string of home invasion robberies in the area. Prosecutors alleged that Wright did more than mastermind the robberies, where victims were threatened with a gun to get them to give up money and property. During one of the robberies, he kidnapped and sexually assaulted one of his female victims before making her drive him around town, withdrawing money from 2 banks. Unfortunately for Wright, he left behind DNA evidence for the authorities. And his DNA profile was logged in a database thanks to a previous arrest. In November 2012, Wright was convicted of a whopping 19 different charges, landing him a sentence specifically engineered to make sure that he never walks free again. 114 years to life, plus an additional 120 years and 8 months.
Additional. They said additional. You're getting additional plus.
Or anyone you know may be the victim of sexual assault, please contact the Rape, Abuse, and Incest National Network website.
We'll leave that up for you guys. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys for the 400 subscribers again. Let me know what celebrity or what celebrity you guys forgot, or they forgot to mention. I appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you guys for the support. Grind on 100K. Grind never stops. Let's get it.
Bye. Have a great time.